Hello, YouTube. It is Damien. It is Sunderland. It is Bright Lights. It's episode 109 of Bright Lights. And it is the most important tie that we are going to play in European football today. It is the semi-final against a very, very, very dominant PSG. We have obviously had one game in between the last episode, which was the humiliating, choking defeat where we could have won the Premier League against Bournemouth. Because they won there, obviously, they didn't have a game in hand. We had a game in hand on them. That means that if we did win, they couldn't catch us. Now, because they did win, they can now catch us as long as they're there. You're going to regen the sim a few years after. Yes, probably a good point to bring up. Once the chat's been asking if you do win the Champions League this season, that's going to be it. My plan is to sim into the future 5 years and then 10 years and just see what something like 5 years in the future and 10 years in the future. But we'll discuss that once we do win the Champions League, if it's this season or in 3 years' time. Anyway, Watford there, though, we did beat 3-0. Look, we were pretty solid throughout. Harry Wilson had a bit of a weldy. Rotated quite heavily. Did beat bottom of the table Watford. They did go down to 10 men. Bournemouth, though, beat Spurs 3-0 and should have won about 5 or 6. So there we are. In terms of the Premier League table, if we win our next game as well against Newcastle, I believe we do win the Premier League. Mathematically, we don't, because Bournemouth could overturn 12 goals. But I believe that would be the Premier League game that we would win it. If not, then the Derby game would be the Premier League game that we can definitely win it in. And so that would be the episode after this. But enough about that. Let's talk about this PSG side that's managed by Brendan Rodgers. That is absolutely unbelievable. There's Rulli in goals. Rulli's fantastic. You got Munzies there. You've got Christensen, who everybody knows turns into elite centre-back. Viato there is obviously not the worst centre-back in the world. He grows into a very good centre-back. I actually feel like that both my centre-backs probably are slightly better than him in terms of Daniel and Ives. Souma Dembele is unbelievable. They play this 4-4-2 with Jesus up front and Mbappe. Yeah, it is what it is. They got Sergi Savic there on the bench. I would expect him to start. He is world-class, a 33-year-old. Asensio's there as well. This is a side that is absolutely ridiculous. Just have a look how good Mbappe is. If it makes you feel any better, though, for anyone on the safe, Mbappe is actually half interested in coming to us. We would just have to pay 300 million for it. If I had 300 million, I probably would get Mbappe and then play Mbappe with Adrien, and we'd probably win every game that we ever played in. But there we are. It's also, Cassio there is a very, very good centre attacking mid. He's unbelievably good. And he wants first-team football. And to be honest, I would give it to him. Same with Paul Yandel. I think this guy is the best centre-back out of the lot that PSG have. And they don't use him, and he's English, and he's only 23. So if I could sign him next window as well, if there is a next window, we definitely would. Anyway, I don't know what's going on here, but we lost all their players. But we're going to get into this one here in just a second, because people will remember we do have history against PSG. Last season of all history, when this squad was new, they haven't played together. They've now played a couple of seasons together. We lost to PSG 4-0 away. Mbappe scored 4 in very quick succession. But at home, where we're playing tonight, we did beat PSG 2-0. In that game, though, I do remember Neymar hitting the bar 3 times, so we're a bit lucky. But, we did beat that side. That was the first time we had Miranda really play a game. Miranda and Daniel and Ives was there. Smithies was in goals for that game. Adrien was there and was player of the match. He scored a goal. Nakamura and No was just feeling his way into the side. Our side hasn't changed too much since then. It's more the fact there's been a whole season of growth. They've gone and won the Premier League together. There's a very good squad dynamic now. So hopefully we'll be okay. But let's get into this PSG game. And let's hope that it is going to be a cracker. I'm not trying. I'm waiting on the fitness test on a couple of people like Miranda and Arthur. Miranda hasn't been passed, but I'm going to play him anyway as long as he's fit enough. Bob and Dyer and Van Dijk. I'm pretty sure Arthur was fit enough to play the last game. In the other semi-final, it finished 2-2. Liverpool scored in the 96th minute to equalise in a game they were never really in. Arthur is going to come into the side. I don't really care too much what the doctors say. He's in. Dosek's obviously there for Durant Miguel as well. Haller's going to go in there for Harry Wilson. Obviously, Nakamura's going to come in too. William and No is going to come in for Ndaya. Alvarez actually going to come out there for Rodgers. And we're obviously going to get Adrien in too. We're now obviously going to get Miranda in there. And I'm actually going to keep, where's Van Dijk coming back from injury. We'll go to the bench over Will Burgess as well. Mateo's obviously going to go in too for Smith. And I reckon that it's now just a toss-up between if we play Kim Jan or Daniel or Kim Jan and Ives. It's interesting because Kim Jan's only ever played one game out of 6 and he's sensational, but we know that Daniel knows what he's doing. He wants to win the Champions League this season, or if he's out the door, and Ives is Ives. Ives, I believe, is pretty damn good, but I don't know. What would you do, chat? What would you do? We are live on Twitch, of course. Link in the description below. I reckon it's... I don't know. It's got to be Kim Jan, doesn't it? Bob's not 100% fit, by the way, either. He's probably fit enough on the bench. What I might do is get Godin on the bench and rest Bob, and Harry Wilson can play either side. And Dyer can play on the right if needs be as well. I think you got to go Ives and Daniel. I think you do for this game. I might really regret that because of how well Kim Jan's played. Like, the guy's been sensational. His worst performance was obviously that Bournemouth game, which was last episode. And then his next lowest was a 6.9 somewhere. I'm struggling to see it. The game before, Brighton. There you go. And then a 7.4 because he scored off the bench. I'm going to leave it like that. Miranda's not 100% fit. Van Dijk is 100% fit. But between the both of them, it should be okay. Look, Miranda's still match fit too. And I need to risk him in a game like this. If there's ever not a game to risk him, it's this one. Miranda's not fully fit. Who cares? Get him out there. If he gets injured in the first minute, we're in trouble. But apart from that, we should be alright. Score predictions in the chat. They're going with that 4-1-4-1, which I actually think is a win. Because when they play 4-4-2, they're dangerous. But 4-1-4-1 we can deal with. I am going to go and tell them that I want you to ignore the recent praise and play your natural game. I'll just try to make it... not as pressure situation as much. I'm very nervous for this game because we could get blown out the water here and it wouldn't put it past me. I am going to go and do what we always do. Go press them. I know Yandril and Christensen are very good on the ball, but still there might be a defensive mistake in them. I also want to press Tonali. If anyone hasn't picked up Tonali or hasn't used Tonali on this FM, yeah, you can see why. Mbappe, I'm pretty sure, is both-footed. It doesn't really matter. You know, even though they will say that, show him onto his right. I'm going to leave it for Mbappe. Dembele, I want to show him onto his left, especially because he will come in on his right. Gabriel Jesus doesn't really have a weaker foot. But we have to press and hurry and try and win the ball for these people. You know, Joao Pinio is probably one of the best midfielders in the world right now as well, for people that don't know. Mason's obviously a very good left back. This is going to be a very difficult game to get anything out of. But look, if there's ever a team that I believe in, it's this Sunderland team. Because we've done a very amazing job to be in this position in terms of the save, and we have done very well to even get here. You know, the standard game as well. I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. We have Nicholas Adrien up front. I don't think we're too bad. 99% of footballers, we're going out there and attack because that's the way we play. We don't take a backward step. Score prediction in the chat. It's PSG in the black. It's us in the red. If I had to go out on a limb, it's either going to go one or two ways. Either PSG are going to come here and be dominant, and in that case, then we're going to lose this game like 3-4-1, or we are going to go out there, we are going to play our football, we're going to get an early goal, we're going to control the ball, and we will score. Anyway, Tonali's on it. We do press him back there. Christensen now. Don't let him out of this little hole. Force him long. He does go long, but into Dembele. That's where Moreno should have been. Moreno wasn't there. It's a ball over the top towards Gabriel Jesus. Jesus in 1v1 there. Mateo with a massive save. We went 1-0 behind right then in the third minute. It was, you know, trouble from the minute off. Anyway, it's a free kick now down the other end. And no, ball in. Ives hits the bar, but it falls to Adrien. Offside given. There's no way. There is no way. Have you seen the cluster of players here? Never mind. I'll take that back, linesman. Shows how much I know. It looked like they were all on the goal line. Wow, it could have been a story for all age. And Mateo makes a big one on one side. The next minute, we go score down the other end. Instead, it's still 0-0. But what I want to happen has happened. We are on the ball. We're controlling 68% of possession of this game. If they don't have the ball, they can't create. However, PSG on the break, Mbappe, Jesus through the middle, Suma Dembele, really good. But if we can limit that to not much, we'll be okay. Anyway, Dosek, Miranda, into Dosek. This is where we're at our best, when we're zipping this ball around. Dosek, Arthur now, back towards Dosek. Not the best of balls, the pressure comes here, but it's a great switch from Dosek out to Miranda in space. There's numbers in the box. Get it in there, my boy. He does. It falls to anybody. No, it's cleared. Unfortunate. I thought it was going to fall to Nakamura at the back post. Anyway, Dosek now. Dosek, Miranda, still Miranda, can't afford to lose it. Back into Dosek, Arthur, into Eno in the hole. Eno from distance! Oh, really was sprawling, but it's over the bar. 30 minutes in, it's been a cracking first half here in the first leg of the semi-final. 70% possession from the boys. Do I dare tell us to get creative? I do, because I'm ballsy and I'm like that. Miranda's not feeling this game at all, but mate, you're a soldier. You're the reason why we're here. You will play. I don't care on one leg. Anyway, can we nip one before half-time? We've actually dominated this half in terms of possession, but in terms of chances, it's been quite even. They've actually got a few people on narrow cards here. If we can get one of them sent off, that would be great. You know, like Savic in the middle of the park, you know, or would be ideal, to be honest. But anyway, at half-time, I'm happy with the performance so far. You know, we're controlling the ball against a PSG side that is absolutely unbelievable on this save. A PSG side in the last 4 seasons won the Champions League twice. The other 2 times it was Spurs and Madrid. Anyhow, 55 minutes played. It is still 0-0. At some point, we have to take Miranda off. But I don't want to do it. It will be for Van Dijk, by the way, who goes on there. Anyway, time is ticking away here. 65 minutes played. Miranda's down to 58%. If he ever has to go into a foot race, because you've got to remember Mbappe's on that side, we will get Van Dijk. Van Dijk's not the worst to be putting on that side anyway. He's got 19 pace, 15 acceleration. Look at those physicals. He can do a job. I'm actually going to get him on wing back on defend, though, just because I want him to sit and not really give Mbappe that space on that right-hand side. It's a throw-in, though. Moreno throws it into the box, but headed away from Tonali, but it full to Arthur. Arthur rules around. Into Dosek. Dosek now. Can't afford to lose it. Back to Daniel. Daniel's got a decent range of passing. Over there to Moreno. Moreno now. His ball in. Backstick. Adrian doesn't win it. Falls to a no. Hits it. Falls to Nakamura. Rudy, what a save. Oh, what a save. Falls to Adrian. No, it doesn't. Rudy with a massive save. 70 minutes played, still 0-0. I feel like we need a goal if we're going to get out of this tie. Who's not having the best of ones? You know what? Morin Dyer has a habit of scoring goals. Get him out there. And then with about 7 minutes to go, I'm getting Godin in as the Mazzala on attack because he doesn't mind a long-range hit. Both midfielders are on bookings. Let's get him on there. Come on, Mike. Let's go do it, Mike. Come on. Let's go do it. Mike Godin, Mazzala on attack. It would make me nothing more happy to see you hit a long-range ping to win this game. Late doors. Anyway, we've been all over PSG. Can we find a goal? Get creative, boys. Come on, lads. There's 4 minutes of added time. Is there going to be a late drama here? 93rd minute. Doesn't look like it. PSG are going to hold on for a 0-0 draw here. It's been an exciting, pulsating game, but it finishes 0-0. The one thing I will say about that, as much as we haven't got the win in the game, we've had 11 shots and 66% possession, we have limited PSG to not an away goal, which is sensational for us, because if we can go there to France and get ourselves an away goal, we can do the business. However, in the back of my mind, I know the last time we went there to PSG at France, we lost 4-0. I'm happy with the performance, boys. Everyone thought we were going to get pumped. If we can go and be a lot better than what we were last time we were in Paris, I'm pretty happy. But we'll see what goes on. Anyway, for everybody here on YouTube, I'll see you in just a second for that PSG game. There's a Newcastle game in between all of this where I don't think we can mathematically win the Premier League, so it's not a game worth covering. The Derby game after that, I think we mathematically can win the Premier League in that one there. So I'll see for that game after this PSG episode, for the next episode to see if we win the Premier League. I'll see you guys in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Damien, it is Sunderland, it is Bright Lights, episode 109 of Bright Lights. This is not PSG's second leg. This is us probably winning the league. I think. I know that Bournemouth just scored in the 90th minute to make it 1-0 in their game against Fulham, but I still think mathematically we do win the league today if we did win, if I did my math correctly. Anyhow, we were 2-1 down in the 89th minute, and then Bob scored a header, and Bob has... Of course I skipped it. Who cares? Let's go like this. Bob's 176 centimetres, everybody. Bangs a header in the 89th minute to make it 2-2 in a game we've been poor. And then Bob, again, has just won us the Premier League at 17. At 17, ladies and gentlemen. Ball through, Bob slots it, game over, Premier League's done, we can relax. Hopefully. Anyway, time should stick away here, and this should be the Premier League. I'm hoping. Anyway, Burgess throws it long, into Godin's feet, gets crunched, should be game over, referee. Is it game over? Should be referee. If we put a highlight here, game over. Is that the Premier League? I don't know, because usually they would be celebrating now and they're not celebrating. I'm not 100% sure. Well done, lads. It's a good win. I know that Bournemouth won too, so I don't think that is the Premier League. Bob with the curry. It's not the Premier League, is it? I've been premature. Everybody in the chat's like, you win the Premier League if you win this game. We don't. 85, 86, 87. Okay. The reason why they're saying that is we need to go on a massive goal difference swing. So it's basically us winning the Premier League. So we've won the Premier League, barring us conceding more than 12 goals in 2 games. So it's okay. Or Bournemouth scoring 12 in their last game. You never know, Football Manager. But I'm pretty sure that's Bob winning us the Premier League. I'll see you guys in just a second for that PSG second leg game. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 3 of episode 109. It's time. It's PSG. It's Sunderland. The last time we were in France, we lost 4-0. We recapped that at the start of this episode. But we've been a better side. A lot of water's got under the bridge since then. We were just a new young side looking to achieve what we could achieve in Europe and in the Premier League. Since then, we've won the Premier League. We have made it to the knockout stage of the Champions League as well. And this is our second time of doing it. And we're now in the semi-final. We beat last year's champions who beat PSG to make the final. So Who knows? A lot of water's gone under that bridge. But we'll find out what happens here. PSG, on the other hand, the last time we played them here, they beat us 4-1. And look, they are just a sensational side. But we have gone unchanged from that side that just drew 0-0 to PSG. A side that got 70% possession for most of that game. A side that had chances to win it and didn't. But it is going to be Matteo in goals, Moreno, Daniel, and Ives. Miranda on the left, Dosek and Arthur with Haller and No, Nakamura and Adrian. Look, if we were to go out here, no disgrace. There is no disgrace losing to PSG because the side's unreal. However, this is Sunderland and we fight. And we fight for every freaking inch. We don't give up. We've seen us win with 10 men. We've seen us win with 9 men many episodes ago. Who was that against? That was a Portuguese side. Something tells me it was Benfica or Sporting. But that was in the Europa League where we won with 9 men. But we've gone through many ties, even the Real Madrid tie where we lost the first leg 4-1, 4-0, and we won the second leg 5-1 at home and went out on away goals. We just don't fight. They've gone the same system, but they've made a bit of a change. Asensio's coming on the left, Dembele's gone to the right, and Mbappe's gone up top, which I do not like because that's where he scored all 4 goals. Asensio still looks good there, by the way, at 32. We've got nothing to lose here, so let's show everyone what we're capable of is what I'm going to go with. Obviously, well, we have to press the same way because we just kept the clean sheet. I'm just very worried that if you're pressing Mbappe, then we might be in danger because Mbappe's playing as a lone striker and he'll be the one out and he would break most of our lines, I would imagine, with the speed that is of Mbappe. If I knew Mbappe was going to play through the middle, I might have actually started, Van Dijk in his speed, to be honest. But anyway, we're obviously going to show Dembele. Well, Dembele's on a side where, if I show him onto his right, it's his preferred foot. So Asensio I'm going to show onto his left foot because he's obviously right foot coming inside. We have to show Mbappe onto his weaker foot. We're going to leave Dembele. I'm actually going to go press Tonali, and I'm going to go and press Yandel and Christensen like we did in the last leg too. Gabriel Jesus there as well. It's just such a good squad, isn't it? Far out. Look, I'm nervous. I don't know if you're nervous, but who knows what could happen. But let's go and do it. What's the score predictions, chat? If you're in the chat, let me know. Kick off now. It is going to be PSG in the dark blue and the red. It's us playing in the light blue. I would have preferred us to play in the red and the white. But off we go. Knowing that if we could get an away goal here, we're in the box seat, you would imagine. But PSG at home is a different beast than PSG away from home. But look, if we can go there and do what we did at home, which is keep the ball, which we've started to with 10 minutes in on the clock, we could be alright. Anyway, Pino now with the ball. Still with the ball out to Ousmane Dembele. Dembele now running with it. He beats one. He comes inside, beats a second, hits it, but that's wide. In the end, not too bad from us. And Dembele on his left foot isn't the worst, but he's not as good as his right foot by the top of my head, by memory. He's either-footed. Never mind. Anyway, Miranda throws it in. Nakamura, that's never a good ball, but Eno picks it up. The German wonder kid is a good ball into the channel. Adrian's quick. Beats Christensen with a good sliding challenge. Couldn't beat his man. Yandel keeps it in, turns around. The good ball out to Christensen. Can we press up here? We tried to, but Asensio picks it up, and now Asensio running with it. I'm just looking for the run of Mbappe. There's the run of Mbappe. It's Mbappe. It's going to be 1-0. I don't know what Matteo did in goals. But there goes Mbappe. You can't stop him when he plays up front. When he plays as a winger, you can do something about it. But when you play him up front, he is just unbelievable. What a ball from Asensio. My biggest thing is that no one went to a press Asensio. Moreno's just jogging there. Just go and press him. In the end, Matteo was just like, yeah, I'm fucked here. And just took his leg out. Look, in saying that though, 66% of possession. We can go out here and get the ball. We'll be all right. Anyway, Sergi Savic goes close as he heads over from the corner. We're not out of this tie by any stage of the imagination. We create chances. This is Sunderland. We always create chances. As long as we get on the ball and play our football, we do. Anyway, it was a poor throw-in again. This is the one thing that always seems to happen when we play away against big sides in the Champions League. We never make past a stick. Anyway, Haller though, into Eno. Eno now running with Adrian, made a good run through the middle. Doesn't find him. Does find Nakamura though. Nakamura straight at Rulli. Should have cut it to Adrian. Nakamura with a chance. He could have just cut it to Adrian and it would have been 1-1. Yet again, it's another one of those moments of Football Manager where it's just an easy cut, pull back and a tap in. And it doesn't happen. Anyway, 40 minutes played. We're still keeping the ball at 60-odd% possession here. There won't be any added time. We just need a goal. A goal would change the complexion of this game big time. We're only 1-0 down here against PSG. Last time we played PSG at PSG, or here in France, we were 3-0 down at half-time, and it should have been 5, 6, or 7. But instead, here we are. Anyway, Arthur's on it. Picks it up into William Eno. Eno now. The whole reason we have Avriel on the bench, by the way, is I can put him up with 2 up top. And we can go a bit more direct towards Avriel because of his height. But I don't want to get to that stage. Look, come on, boys. Get creative. I have full faith in these boys. Come on. It's a highlight here. It's Milito. Ball into Dembele. Can we press in here? We try to. Pino, though. He knows how to pick a pass. And there we are. The ball over the top towards Mbappe. Mbappe now running with it. Mateo. Good save from Mateo. What positioning? If you score one, you would go for an away goals. I know, Jackson. That's why I said one goal would change the whole complexion of this game. Anyway, Ousmane Dembele. Can we make sure the goalkeeper save isn't in vain? Ball in, backstick, headed away from Nakamura, but only far as Milito is going to have a shot on goal. In the end, Ives has blocked it into like the upper tier of the stands. And there we are. It is still PSG on the front foot here. Here we go. Dembele whips it in, backstick, and Mbappe doesn't get there for a second foot, and Mbappe had a free run at it. And there we are. Look, we just need to find something. Come on, boys. Who's not having the best of the game? Haller isn't. I know a man that has had good games in the past. Harry Wilson has been on fire of late. Inside forward on attack, Harry. Off we go. I don't want to go to the 4-1-2-1-2 too early either and leave ourselves open to an Mbappe counter-attack. But at some point we will have to. I just have faith in this system to work. Anyway, Daniel heads away, but only as far as Pino. Pino now with the ball. Still with Pino. His ball there to Ousmane Dembele. Oh my days, it would have been a cracking goal first time. Mateo was alert to it. Good save from the keeper. And yet again, there we are. Dembele now with it. Whips it in. Backstick, headed away from Ives. Only as far as Asensio. Asensio now with it. Chips it out towards Dembele, but it's going to stay in play. Dembele keeps it in there. Back towards Milito. Milito's ball and cleared from Ives. Do we break here? In the end, it's the end of the highlight. Look, time's ticking away here. We're going to go attacking. We're going to pause. We have to go 4-1-2-1-2, don't we? We have to go for it. Attacking here. Arthur's going to come off. We are going to go and bring Avriel on. We are going to push Nakamura and we're going to push Harry Wilson forward. And with about 5 minutes to go, it is going to be Nakamura for Bob, who bailed us out who bailed us out in the Premier League game just gone, scoring a couple late goals. And we'll see if we can find something here. Anyway, this is where you tell the boys, push forward, off we go. Come on, two up top. Find a way, boys. Find a way. It's a corner, but it's down the wrong end. It's Dembele. A goal here for PSG would win it for him. India Mateo claims, look, Adriel's up there. He's 194 centimetres. Find him. Find him, Mateo, unless you can go short. He does go long. Avriel, you're 194 centimetres. Get up there. He doesn't. Nakamura wins it, though. Nakamura with a ball out to Miranda. Miranda now. His ball into the channel. Avriel flicks on, but not as far as I would have liked him to flick it on towards Adrien. Anyway, Ousmane Dembele now with it. Still with Ousmane Dembele. His ball inside to Mbappe. A goal here for PSG would definitely win him the tie. Here goes Dembele again into Sergi Savage. Sergi Savage driving. Ball to Asensio to win it. It's game over. It's disallowed. Never mind. It's not game over. He's offside. And with that in mind, cometh the hour, cometh the man, cometh Bob. Get out there, the 17-year-old. That's right. I've gone to a 17-year-old to save us. Very attacking. Now we just pray for a highlight. We pray for a highlight. 90 minutes played. It's a highlight. It's Milito. It needs to be now. We need to win it. Pino goes in there. It's only as far as Milito. He whips it out to Sergi Savage. Can we press it before he gets a shot on target? He switches it out towards Hernandez. Come on, boys. Win this ball. Come on. Asensio. His ball in there cleared. Is there numbers up here? Adrian's there. Avriel's running through the middle. Where is the next ball out? Come on. It's a good switch of play. It's Bob. Bob running with it. Bob with the ball. Cut it, Bob. Bob. Adrian. Adrian. Yes. See. Nicolas Adrian in the 90th! It's PSG 1! It's Sunderland 1! You saw it all unfold! Bob with the run! The 17-year-old! He's an absolute teenage wonder kid! Bob picks it up, he takes on 3 of them, he cuts it, and of course it's Nicolas Adrian! It's the best striker in the world! It's the Golden Boot winner from the World Cup! He has been voted best striker in the world last season, and he has just bailed him out! Oh my freaking days, park the freaking bus! Get back there. Just get back there. Get Avriel at centre-back. Get him there. Don't care. He's a monster. Get very defensive. Go. I don't... Just breathe, alright? We're moments away from a Champions League freaking final with Sunderland. Don't you dare let them have a chance. Regroup, hold shape, slow down the pace, distribute the centre-backs, take shorter kicks, try and keep this freaking ball. Drop right off. Right off game. Drop off. There we are. Prevent short distribution. I still don't mind us marking and using tighter marking. Get stuck in. If you have to chop someone, you chop them now. 90th, every time in this save, 90th minute. I've made all my changes. Just do the job, boys. Do the job. See it out. Come on, 92nd. Don't be a highlight. This is where you tell everybody to concentrate. Don't you dare. It's a freaking quarter in the 93rd. Vendelin, Dembele, ball in, headed away. Only as far as Asuma. Asensio block cleared from Ives. Blow your whistle, referee. Adrian's in here. Never mind. Go, Adrian. Win it, Adrian. Run, Nicholas. What a tackle from Pino. Fools the Rulli. It has to be now or never for PSG. Just blow your whistle, ref. Blow it, referee. Blow it, referee. Rulli goes long. The brace is on. It's over. We're there. PSG won. Sunderland won. On away goals. Sunderland are through to their first ever Champions League final. Are you freaking kidding me? You done brilliantly to come back and win that one. Thank you, Matteo, for having a great game in goals. That boy again, Nicholas Adrian, has been our saviour, but the credit has to go to this boy, Bob. This episode's got to be titled Bob. Bob in capital letters and exclamation. Bob is bobbed up again. Bob, I love you. Mwah. What a wonder kid. Look how good he's going to be. It's just saying that the episode, this could be our last ever season. We are into the Champions League final. Are you serious? Save the game. For everybody on YouTube, I'll see you guys in a second because I want to know who we're playing. Is it going to be Liverpool or is it going to be Dortmund? I prefer it to be Dortmund just so that it's a side that we haven't ever played before. But if it's Liverpool, it's going to have a work cut out for us because Liverpool are unreal and they've beaten us heavily in the past. Anyhow, I'll be back to find out what it's going to be. But oh my days. We are through to the Champions League final. YouTube, welcome back. It's time to find out who we get. It's either Liverpool or Dortmund. We're going to press continue. We're not going to watch the game. We'll see what the end result is. The chat are kind of split. I'm split. I reckon Dortmund only because we haven't played Dortmund. And I know what Liverpool are all about. But any side in the Champions League semi-final is probably a side you don't want to play. Let's find out. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? This hurts more than watching it. I don't know. It is got to be Liverpool. It is going to be Liverpool. Liverpool at Anfield are just unreal. Liverpool. For no one that knows, I'm a massive Liverpool fan in real life. So we got to beat Liverpool to win the Champions League. Got to beat my own team that I support in real life to win the Champions League. Unbelievable. I'll see everybody for that tie. Well, it's going to be FA Cup final next. So I'll see everybody for episode 110 for the Champions League final. Pause the music for this. Alright, I'm so shaky. The Champions League final, the FA Cup final will be episode 110. I'll see you there for that Arsenal game. It's actually a replay of when we last won the FA Cup against Arsenal. We'll be in the suit. We will then still be in the suit. Episode 111, which could be the last ever episode of Sunderland if we win that Champions League final. You know how big that is? It could be the last ever episode of Sunderland. Anyhow, from Damien, from Sunderland, from Biolights, from the Twitch stream, link in the description below. Come follow us live on Twitch. I will see you next time for the FA Cup final. We're also in the Champions League final, ladies and gentlemen. We're so close to doing it. Can we do it? Or will we fall at the final hurdle? If you like this episode, go and like it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.